Autism rates in America are skyrocketing, and no one seems to have a good answer as to why. The most current statistics that I'm aware of is that autism affects 1 in every 82 children. I believe it's 1 in every 52 boys or 50 boys. 1 in 50 boys, 1 in every 256 girls. But the rates are accelerating. Okay. You ready?
Madeline, can you say, hi everyone? Good job.
That was a good
your
job.
Words.
Alright, so
you want to
this...
get down? This is Madeline Rose McLean. She's 4 years old. She turned 4 this August, and as you can see, she has language. She feels stuck. You're stuck in the middle.
You're stuck in the middle.
Okay, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, everyone. You say bye-bye, everyone. Bye. All right, good job using your words. Thank you. Madeline was hitting all of her markers. She had begun walking and speaking and doing all the things that you want a 1-year-old to do, and then almost imperceptibly, it happened very, very slowly. She just started regressing. She had a white film over her eyes that covered her eyes, and at the time I thought that she must have some allergies. She must be allergic to something. What we realized later is it was her inability to process gluten and casein, and when we yanked those from her diet, that haze went away and we saw some clarity return, but we still had a long way to go to bring her back.
It wasn't so much the crying and the tantrums, all that stuff came later. The things that we noticed were the things that went missing. We realized that Madeline had regressed. We started to look for a reason why.
I remember the day that we looked up all the signs and we realized Madeline had every one of them. I wondered if I was going to spend the rest of her life watching her slip further away from me. So that was hard. And then we did more research. And the initial research and the initial discussions with doctors were not helpful.
They were not helpful.
The common knowledge behind autism is it's incurable and you should just accept what your child is. It wasn't until we dug a little bit deeper that we found that 25% of children actually recover. Time Magazine did an article about 1.5 years called Aging Out of Autism, and so we realized that this wasn't something we had to accept, that recovery was possible for her, and that was like a breath of fresh air.
It was the hope. Once you have hope, hope is a spark that lights a fire, and then it didn't matter what a pediatrician would tell us at that point, because we knew better. We knew that our little girl could recover. It didn't matter what other parents would tell us if we had met other parents.
It's fascinating how frustrated people become when you talk about recovery with autism. In their minds, I think they believe they're helping us. You need to accept this. This is her life. But the data just does not support that. What the data supports is early intervention, children who are loved, children who are worked with. I really do believe this, that every child with autism has the potential to recover. And the numbers are 25% of children actually do recover from autism. So we know that this is not something that we have to accept. We found a program called the Sunrise Program through the Autism Treatment Center of America. And the Sunrise Program taught us all about why Madeline, in the autistic community, they call it stemming. So why Madeline does certain repetitive behaviors. They taught us not to fight those, which up to that point, if Madeline was doing something repetitively with a ball, we would take the ball away because we wanted her to behave normally. They taught us not to fight those, to actually join her in those moments and just embrace and love who she was, and celebrate her and join her in her world, and that she would open up and come into ours the more that we joined her.
The things that we've seen with Madeline since we started Sunrise. Sunrise was really the key. Sunrise was our jumping off point. It's what gave us the tools that we needed in order to help Madeline as efficiently as possible. We've been doing Sunrise now for
2 years.
2 years. It'll be 2 years in January, so 2 years in just a few months. The things that we've seen with Sunrise is that we would get a lot of progress with Madeline, and I'm sure every child is different. But with Madeline, we would get a lot of progress for, say, 2 or 3 months. We would see big changes in her. And then all of a sudden, no matter what we would do in that playroom with her, no matter how hard we would try, no matter how much time we put in, she would plateau. And like all the things that we were trying so hard to get her to learn while she was plateaued, she would skyrocket out of it. And we would just burst into new areas of social interaction and longer interaction times while we were playing, longer eye contact.
The financial burden of a child on the spectrum. I read a study recently, and is that the study said that the average family of a child with autism spends about $70,000 a year on supplements, special foods, therapies, and programs. This is an issue that insurance doesn't recognize and cover the therapies adequately. And it's very, very challenging for young families, especially with what Adam and I have decided to do, which is take one parent completely out of the working world so that we can focus the time and attention that Madeline needs in her therapy. So the reason why we're here is MRT Therapy, after her week in Newport and after realizing that Madeline is an acute responder to this therapy, we believe that Madeline will be neurotypical. We believe in the generosity of the people that we're sending this to, our friends, our family, and we think they believe in Madeline too. We hope that you believe in Madeline after watching this, after catching pictures and images of her. We hope that she steals your heart, she steals ours, and that you'll give to her.
We have drive. We have hope for Madeline's recovery. We have evidence of Madeline's recovery. We have evidence of her progress. We have everything we need but the funds to finish our journey. And that's the most difficult thing as parents to face, where the therapy is there and we know it works and we've seen it work, and we just need to be able to get her to Newport Beach, finish whatever time frame she needs to show a neurotypical EEG, and then we work with her. We work with her until her brain and her actions coincide with each other, and that's all there is to it. It's not easy not having the funds to do a therapy that we know is only going to take 3 months. We could have our daughter fully recovered. That's to have that miracle inhibited by money is infuriating.
So, the reason we've made this video today instead of the webpage is to ask you to give to Madeline's freedom, to contribute to her this MRT therapy through the Brain Treatment Center in Newport Beach, and help us fund it, help us get her there, and help us get our daughter back.
Cambiafo.
Goodbye.